Greetings and welcome to another predictions video here at Words About Games. It's 2019. I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas and New Year. Russ is cool and chill as always. Just whatever.
Spoil spot.
He has to be cool and chill, or a cat will attack him.
Yeah, it's like no sort of movements, or else. Yeah, we've all done live streams from your house. We know how it goes. So, we're all here. I guess I should also do the part where I'm Amy, that's Patrick, that's Russell, over there is Keith, and over there is Tom. Yeah, I totally phoned that in. So, it's the beginning of the year. If you watch the YouTube channel, you'll already have seen that we did predictions last year. We've just done the results for them. Tom won again, and now we must destroy him. So, the pact. That's
a bit harsh, isn't it?
No.
No.
Okay. Even if I have to start a video game development company, invest millions in R&D, just to announce a game that will push one of us over the line above you, I will do it.
This year is Tom Clancy's Just Dance starring Vin Diesel 2009.
There's a callback.
There is a callback. That was like episode 5 or 6 or something of the podcast, which were on episode 140. Okay, so here's how it works. Each one of us has got 5 predictions. We're going to take it in turns to reveal our predictions to each. So there's 25 in all. The order will be based upon last year's prediction results. It's arbitrary. I've already seen everyone's predictions. I know no one's going to snipe each other or anything like that, despite the fact that 3 people on this podcast tried to predict the same thing. And I'll let you know.
I'm assuming because I got in first. I'm all right.
You did get in first, and you are all right. And when you come to it, I will tell everybody which one it was. Yes, it was right, yes. So we're going to go sequentially based on that. So Patrick, you're going to go first because you weren't part of the festivities last year. So you get the new person's privilege we'll go with.
The newbie ball.
The newbie ball. Keith, you'll be going second, and I'll be going third. We both drew for last place in last year's predictions game. I just made up the order arbitrarily. Russell will be next because he was second, and Tom will be going last because he once again won the predictions game. 2 years running, he's won this.
Tasks me. He tasks me.
It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the fact that we've only done it twice.
Tom!
We've only done it twice, so he has a 100% win ratio right now.
I mean, I'm not saying you're born with it, but
12 months from now, I want to be sat down here with you lovely, fine people declaring a different winner.
honestly, in the spirit of our wonderful team we've got here, and my sportsmanship, I hope that I get to call myself winner again.
Let's destroy.
That was originally going to go a different way, but my ego won out. I'm sorry.
So here's the deal, though, because last year I introduced a bit of a twist, and this year we're doing it again. There are going to be bets, just as there were last year. Now, everybody except Patrick knows how these bets work. Everybody gets 1. It has to be used. If it's not, you get -5 points. Which is obviously all your predictions. So even if you have a perfect year, you would still get 0. And, well, that still gives you a fair chance to finish quite highly at the end of the year. But if that happens, I'll just make it -10. Basically, everybody has to use 1 bet. They can use it on anyone's prediction. So if someone says something and you think, hell no, the opposite is going to happen.
Hold on, we have to use a bet this time.
Yes, you have to use a bet this time. Because I have got written down in front of me 5 forfeits. So when you use a bet, you pick a number between 1 and 5, and then I tell you what the forfeit is.
Last time. Yeah.
That, just like we did last time. And I want to make sure everybody uses them, and I want to make sure one person doesn't use all of them. You can use them on whoever you like, so if all of us decide we're going to bet against Russell, that's absolutely fine.
Hi, Russ.
As long as each one of us uses one bet, it's all good. So let's just kick off the predictions. So, Parik, give me your first prediction for the video game world in 2019.
Okay, so the first one, I think that Nintendo is going to announce a hardware revision for the Switch. Part of me thinks it's a little bit too early, but it's sort of on form for them to release a new version of the hardware after the first 2 years.
It's pretty solid
I
prediction.
think that's pretty solid. Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, I would not bet against that.
Look, like,
I don't know what it will be, but...
As a side note, did you see that really weird patent they released?
No.
It's like some sort of standing walking frame thing. Like
Or like
there's
an
like
exercise
sketches
machine.
for it. Yeah, something like that. But it's like person tall. It's really weird.
That
There's
sounds
no
like
actual
something
information.
Nintendo would
But it's not that
But,
weird.
but,
though,
but
'cause
I looked at it. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
totally Nintendo.
this exercise machine.
Yeah, it could just be that they're playing around with the idea. It doesn't mean anything can come of it. CF the vitality sensor.
I'm just really curious now.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
that's
it's
cool.
so unusual.
We'll probably pick that up in the next podcast, which, because of temporal mechanics, will have already happened by the time this video comes out, but it hasn't happened yet. Keith, what's your first prediction?
PlayStation 4 has a slow release yet. The build-up for the announcement and release of PlayStation 5.
And by slow release, yeah, I know. We said yesterday when you told me what it was.
Yeah, like third parties.
It will not be the
I'm not saying
era
they're going to stop releasing
of
games
games on the PlayStation 4. No,
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, last year was pretty heavy for him, wasn't it?
it will not be the era of God of War and Detroit Become Human and Spider-Man. Basically.
I would be surprised if they announce any new first-party.
That'd be Detroit
Beyond The Last of Us.
Become Humaner.
Detroit
I think
Become
Last of Us is
Martian.
going to be their game, really, next year.
I mean, if any one of those 3 games even come out. We'll see. See, I always have to leave a little bit of room just in case somebody decides to go, no, I will bet. But usually the first ones are fairly tame. It's me. I'm remastering a prediction from last year, one that did not come to pass, and because I am infamous for making predictions way too early, I decided I'm going to bring this one back. And that is that this year's Call of Duty will be a modern set game.
It'll come true eventually.
It happened. It worked for you.
Who's doing the next one?
Infinity
Which one of
Ward?
the 900 studios?
Infinity Ward?
Treyarch did the last one, so it'll be Infinity Ward. So.
Developers of Modern Warfare?
Didn't they do World at War?
Treyarch did World at War. Between the
No, they
two
did.
Modern Warfare games. Was it not Treyarch? What
No,
who's the-
Treyarch did Blobs.
Treyarch did Black Ops. Did they do one? Right, here we go. Fact check, or rather... No. I'm glad no one's betting against me because I lost a bet for that exact prediction this time.
I don't know. I'm tempted now.
It's so bad after you find out after you fact check.
Twice in a row. I know, but before we move on to the next one, I've got to decide if I want
I mean, this
to or
is
not.
beyond the point. I'm literally just trying to figure. It was developed by Treyarch. It was their first call.
Yeah, I'll not bet on this one. I've already won bet against this one.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Besides, I've got crazy ones coming. Keith's already gone. Russell.
Yeah. New
I'm
Final
gonna write
Fantasy
that
game. New Final Fantasy game.
I'll take that.
Well,
bet.
that's.
Yeah.
What, do you mean mainline Final Fantasy game? Because they release like 6 games a week on mobile.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's. Do you mean like a new
Do you mean
main
Final-
Fantasy game?
do you mean
or
Final Fantasy 16?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean the next one in line.
I'll definitely take that.
I would not have. I would not have defined that. So no.
Yeah, well, this is why. This is,
Yeah,
this is why I feel that you feel
I
like
don't mind.
Final
no.
Fantasy Tactics or anything like that.
I don't
You're on
mind
about a main entry. You're on about a main entry.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
I'll take.
Final Fantasy
I'm
13,
definitely going to take
yes.
that bet.
see, I was going to take this bet if you meant the main one, but I don't know if we can have a double bet scenario.
You can't have a double bet scenario. That's not fair.
No, it means
Otherwise-
Final Fantasy 16. Can we clarify that?
Well, what if it's Final Fantasy 15 too?
That doesn't count.
Well, no, it's
does it?
15
It's
a
plus
prediction.
2. So
Is it a mainline Final Fantasy game?
it's-
Is it or is it Final Fantasy 16, or is it there will be a Final Fantasy game? In which case, bullshit.
mainline? So like none of the side spin-off, whatever's right. So we'll say the next one, 16.
Yeah.
Right.
Say, one
Okay,
16,
right. I'm
but
definitely
16
taking
in
that
them.
bet. I am definitely taking that bet.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right
they're
then.
not going to do a 15 too, like, because the guys left who did it.
We've got a bet. Tom, pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
Yeah, it's a classic for a reason. The loser must stream a game to the completion of the winner's choosing.
That sounds familiar. It's still going.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get there eventually, right?
Yeah, that is a really difficult game, though, in your defense.
There's a bit of a backlog on that one, but yeah, it'll get done.
The elite.
Who will win it? Who will finish a game first?
I'm still gonna
Will
get
it be
slapped,
Russell or
yeah.
will it be Keith?
No, I promise I'll pick a game with an end.
Okay. I'm
Yes.
still gonna get slapped.
Yeah.
You're allowed to pick a game.
Stanley Parable.
You're not allowed to pick
Yeah.
an unending game.
On Tetris.
And what is it? Climb mountain, dude, pickaxe? No.
Oh,
Ha!
I know the one.
Getting over it, we did it for the charity stream.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tom, first prediction.
Right. My first prediction is that I reckon within the next year, Overwatch will go free to play.
No thoughts?
I was like, free to play, but it's not a subscription. Then I remembered, obviously, you have to buy it at the
It's
beginning.
part of the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, the game was about to begin with. I reckon they'll assuage the people who have bought the game with like a bunch of skins or something, like exclusive skins or whatever, to assuage any.
As long as it's skins and
intent
not
there.
loot boxes.
So,
I'll never-
what was it?
But I think it'll go free to play because of the attention it's got through the Overwatch League and things like that. Like, and they're wanting to expand the player base. And the only way really to do that, to the extent that they're wanting to do that, is to make it completely free to play.
Is that through like BattleNet and not BattleNet? Yeah,
Well,
BattleNet.
it will be on
Yeah.
will be on PC, but on console it'll be like Fortnite or anything like just install.
What, like the Game Pass sort of thing?
It'll just be
No,
install the game and
It'll
play
just
it
be
like Fortnite.
install the game and play. Like
The game will be free to download.
that's the way it's going. I reckon because of the popularity of like the esports thing, and
We already
Yeah,
do 3 weekends.
They do.
Yeah,
do
they
free
do.
weekends,
Well, that's
and
what-
I've heard
that's
that
what
they
I
go
mean.
quite well as well.
they do
Yeah,
quite a
that's
lot
quite
of free
good at that.
weekends. But
Yeah.
people don't end up buying it after the free weekends.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, did they make most of the money off the loot boxes? And loot boxes are
They
a
make
little shit.
billions off of the loot boxes.
They make loads off loot boxes, and loot boxes will still be a thing. It's just it won't cost you to get the initial game.
Loot boxes will have to still be a thing because they'll need to make money.
Mhm.
Well, they'll be making money through the league and all that end of things, but they'll want to again, as I say, they want to expand the player base, and if they're going to do that, the only way to do that at this point, like 2 years after release, is it 2 years after release or is it
It's
more?
something
No,
like that.
3 years
Well,
after release.
Coming
3
in
years
3
this
years.
year.
They had more than 2
It's
wins.
coming towards 3 years, isn't it? It was 2016. So yeah, they'll have to make it free to play if they want to expand it the way they're wanting to expand it. So I reckon that's that.
All right, let's circle back around to Patricio.
Hey, okay. I've got Konami announced the return of a beloved IP, so Castlevania, Metal Gear, or Silent Hill, but it's coming to mobile.
I would have taken
prediction.
Oh, no.
Honestly, I think that's pretty solid because the success of the new Castlevania anime.
Mm.
Well,
The-
that's what I was thinking is between that and Castlevania Character Smash and then re-releasing Symphony of the Night, it's almost like Konami's thinking, hang on, we're sitting on something. But so I'm thinking, are they going to announce a new Castlevania? But then I thought, well, they're still evil. So
I mean, we're really long overdue for a decent new Castlevania game anyway.
Well, I'm overdue
but
for a
as you
Silent
said-
Hill
as you
game.
said-
Rest in peace.
As you said, they are evil. So
I was
mobile, probably that's pretty solid, I reckon.
I was
yeah.
originally going to go with they're going to introduce a new Castlevania. Then I thought I'd broaden it to just kind of going to do something on mobile.
I reckon you're not far off there, like, because I mean, the last time that they did anything Castlevania, we had the famous pachinko machine, didn't we?
Yeah.
The great pachinko machine, erotic
But
violence,
it's a
erotic
franchise.
violence,
Yeah.
But it's a franchise that's just had new breath put into it from the new anime that's been released, which is really bloody good.
Yeah, I think that they've realised that the IP's got cachet. I just don't think they can be bothered developing.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's whether they can bother putting effort into it.
Yeah, if they can be bothered putting any effort into it, they will. I think they'll probably just farm out to a mobile developer and sell it to China.
Well, yeah, thanks.
So that's why I'm thinking mobile.
Yeah.
I don't want to give them too much credit.
I was quite hopeful.
and this is why we don't trust Konami.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will take half points if it's a console Castlevania because it'll be a console Castlevania. So.
Can I just revive a slogan of this podcast that was a thing for a time and just say fuck Konami?
I remember when I used to have to do a jingle.
Keith, prediction number 2. I'm
Right,
cutting off the Konami talk.
Microsoft reaches 10 new studios acquired since that E3 announcement last year. You know, when they came out with the
Just so everybody's aware, because Keith forces maths on these things, that's 3 new studios between now and December 31st that they would have to buy to reach that.
I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
They've been buying stuff at a ridiculous rate. I mean, the amount that they bought at the same bloody time this year just gone.
They bought 7 at once, didn't they?
Yeah,
5 at once, and they bought another 2.
They announced them at once.
Yeah. I'm not contesting that.
No.
I think Russell should though.
Who? Anyone have any predictions as to who they might buy?
I don't know.
No, I was trying to think about it, and I honestly don't know.
I mean, it wasn't far off a year
think so.
ago. We were talking about when the rumor was that they were thinking about buying EA. Those were fun times.
Yeah.
It's me next, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bethesda will relaunch Fallout 76. As in, like,
I'm taking that bet.
you think of it like
Define relaunch.
Define relaunch before.
Let her finish.
think of it in terms of No Man's Sky next, or A Realm Reborn from Final Fantasy 14.
Game of the Year edition.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Whether it's any better than what it currently is.
Or whether it's got any Game of the Year awards.
Oh. It has. It was in Polygon's top 50.
Was it?
It was like 42 or something. Yeah.
Well,
so it can claim Game of the Year status.
I'm surprised it wasn't 76.
Lol.
76
out of 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. The maths.
Quite.
Yeah.
That's my rating of it anyway.
I got that out unchallenged. Fair enough.
I was considering it, but they probably will. So no.
Russell.
Well, they'll try and do something with it while they bolster the next release.
So this is a replacement for my second pick because I couldn't have it. It's a new BioShock game.
That was going to be one of mine. I'll be honest. I really thought there might be, but Take-Two probably got other things on.
Maybe, but that's what I've gone with.
I mean, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to get another BioShock game.
I mean, sometimes it feels like you just you've got all the games that could possibly be made, and sometimes you feel like publishers just throw darts to see what.
That's what I mean. The thing is, if there were going to be a new one, you kind of expect some movement on who owns the IP and all that kind of thing, and that's not happened with that one.
There's usually rumors and leaks about this kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. There's normally patents made and names registered and things like that. And with a franchise like BioShock, you'd expect it to have been at least semi-leaked. At least the intent to do so.
We don't always get these things leaked, so you never know.
No, we don't. I don't think it's a bad. But it again, as I say, it was going to be one of mine, but I decided against because it's I've had one good one that was less well received, and then another one that was really well received, but possibly for the wrong reasons. I'd love another BioShock game.
Yeah.
I really hope you're right.
Oh, I hope everyone's right. Could you imagine getting to the end of the year and being like, everybody scored maximum points?
Then we just have to have a words about games. New Year's party.
Playoff.
We would. It would be a battle
Playoff.
royale.
Playoff. Yeah. We'd have to play Towerfall for it.
Tom,
You
what's
play 5-player?
You can't play 5-player Towerfall. Tom, what's your number 2 prediction?
My number 2 prediction is that Amazon is going to launch a Netflix-style streaming game service. It's a bit out there. It's a bit out there, but I reckon that they're going to throw the hat in the ring because they've put the hat in the ring for absolutely everything else.
So streaming like the
PlayStation
Steam.
Well, like that, or like the Game Pass type thing. They'll add certain games onto the Prime, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. So you can
Right, okay,
access
I
them,
get what you
download
mean.
them, play them as long as you're playing Prime. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I reckon there's going to be some sort of thing that whether it's mobile games, whether it's console games, I don't know. But I reckon they're certainly going to start trying to corner the market. I reckon they're probably going to buy certain studios as well, to be honest. But we'll see how it goes.
Yes.
They certainly look like they're trying to expand in every single area of media that's known to the
Well, when you
current
make more money
population
than you
of
can
Earth.
realistically spend, it
I'll
makes
take
sense.
that bet. I'll take that bet.
Right. So can we set parameters?
We can set parameters if you wish. We need to define
A win-loss.
a win-loss, yeah.
Like they will move into gaming this year.
So if they
I mean,
buy
they
a
already
gaming
make games.
company,
If they buy a company that's not part of what I've said, I'll be honest. I'll be hand up. Like, no, I reckon they will do, but whether they buy a company isn't related to that. It's whether they launch a service that's related. to
okay.
gaming.
So
How about if it's worded as Amazon will add some game functionality to Prime?
That is absolutely 100% what I reckon. Yeah.
all right. So
Yeah.
if that comes true, and they do, Tom wins. And if it doesn't, I win.
Beyond what they already have, because I think don't they
Yeah, I was gonna
already
say,
give
beyond.
discounts to pre-orders?
Beyond pre-order
No,
discounts. on
no.
Twitch
It's,
Prime.
I'm not talking just about prices. I'm talking about a level of game service on Prime.
On Amazon Prime. Okay. Russ
2.
picking number 2. Okay. The loser will have a bucket of ice water dumped on them by the winner. And then I wrote in brackets on camera.
That's
Done.
all right.
So I just need to.
We'll split the train ticket.
I mean, this will happen in 2020, so we've got time to figure out.
Yeah.
We've got time to figure out, stuff out.
Logistics.
Patrick, what's your third prediction?
Mine's very nebulously worded, and probably because it's a dead cert. Bethesda will have some hilarious controversy during the launch window of Doom Eternal.
Not Doom 2, damn you, Bethesda. Why?
Why must you forsake numbers?
Because
Why?
it's better SEO, probably.
Why
Well,
must
that
you
is Doom
be
6.
shit? Controversies and
I don't know what that'll be, but they'll somehow find a way to make a fuss out of it. Now, I'm going to leave it up to the panel to define controversy. So,
Right.
I mean, we do a weekly podcast where we talk about controversies every week. So, if you define controversy as something we end up talking about on the Words About Gamescast that is controversial,
I reckon that's probably about it. Like,
in Doom Eternal's release window, then
yeah.
I'd say that would count. Me and Keith will be keeping a close eye on it. I'm sure, as we do.
the eagle-eyed duo.
Yeah. Keith, speaking of which, it's your turn. Number 3.
I think Persona 5 is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Oh God, I hope it does.
Yeah, I'm not taking that.
No, definitely not. With
Because
Joker
I think
coming.
I
I think Nintendo want desperately for it to happen. Well, I mean, whatever Persona R is, it's probably not got anything to do with Nintendo. But I think Nintendo's making a play for it.
And they put the Joker, an advert for like the Joker in Smash Brothers on the Game Awards stage. So this is what my prediction's based on.
I mean, I've definitely
They're
based
pretty
predictions on
tightly
less.
tied up with Sony though. Like, I mean, they've just released the XYZ versions for the Vita and all sorts. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay.
I've already taken my bet.
You have. Just to clarify, myself,
take
Keith, and Patrick are the only ones with bets left. There's some juicy forfeits still left. Well, I'll do my third one. I put it here because, well, I like numbers and puns. Watch Dogs 3 will be revealed and released this year in place of Assassin's Creed, which we know isn't coming out.
I will take a bet against that.
Interesting.
Purely because I don't think it'll be announced and released this year.
I think it'll be announced but not released.
I will take. Well, I mean, I don't have a choice, right? I will take that bet.
I don't think they're going to do that and a Far Cry this year.
They did
There
a
won't
Far
be a
Cry
Far
and
Cry.
Assassin's Creed.
There won't be a Far Cry.
Well, there is a Far Cry.
Far Cry.
Oh, has it already been?
There's a Far Cry spin-off. What's it?
New
face?
Dawn.
The post-apocalyptic one.
Yes.
All right then. I rescind my previous comment and just say, nah, fuck Ubisoft. I don't pay. Evidently, I don't pay attention anyway. So.
Are you picking number 4 there, Keith? Sorry. Keith nodded, just for everybody who's not watching the video.
He nodded assertively.
The loser must complete a set of Just Dance songs chosen by the winner. And I don't know what a set is in
How
Just
appropriate.
Dance. So
It says complete, not successfully complete.
no, not
So,
successfully complete. But I don't know what a set is because I've never played Just Dance. So
It appears we've got another member on the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, Smokey.
just Smokey brought predictions.
That is your cat's ass.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh,
Yes, that's the common
yeah.
sight on this podcast.
Watch Dogs, that was the one. Russell, what's your next one?
She's lovely.
So, he's lovely.
He's
My
lovely.
next one is Kung Fu Chaos will get an announcement for a new game.
A new game or a remaster?
Really?
Oh, well,
Why didn't I bet
remaster, new
on that
game.
one?
We'll just call it Kung Fu Chaos announcement.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna hit
You
the bet
forget
button. It's my cup.
Russell makes predictions based on what he wants.
yeah,
I wish
100%.
I wish I'd used my bet on this one.
But
Same here.
like, I'm gonna bet because I'm fucking stupid. Because I've been down this road with Russell before. Keith's been down this
So
road with
bad.
Russell before. We've both lost. But I'm going to do it again anyway because I'm a fucking idiot. And I'm not going to pick the number because I can see what all of the numbers actually are. So Patrick, pick a number between 1 or 5.
5.
Russ, it's round 2. The loser must wear a t-shirt of the winner's design within reason.
We know where this is going.
This is going to be revenge. This is my 2020 revenge. Before I've even worn the t-shirt,
No, that's right. Right. Okay.
I'm gonna have my revenge.
No, you won't.
Oh, I will. Oh, I will. I probably won't because I should know better. 3 years in, I should know better than to bet against you when it comes to you saying that games are gonna get announced.
We'll come to the Game Awards next year.
It will be. I'll be like, I'm gonna win, and then they'll be like, they'll do a special episode of Inside Xbox on like December 30th, and they'll be like, well, and Kung Fu Chaos is coming to Game Pass.
I mean, like, I haven't even heard that name in so long. Like,
Yeah, I'm having to Google it because I don't know what it is.
honestly though, like judging by Soul Calibur won last year, this might actually be the one that you win.
And they own the company that made the game, so
They do. They own the company that made the game. Don't worry, I'm well aware of. I'm
I
well
know-
aware of the
I know
fact that
you
they
know
own the
that,
company
yeah.
that made the game, that it was on the original Xbox, that backwards compatibility is a thing. I'm still betting you.
Well, next year I hope I get to rub this in your face.
you can do if you want.
Sorry, because every comment made on tonight's podcast is influencing the subject that you have to write the essay on. So
I will gladly wear any T-shirt I have to wear and dance any Just Dance songs I have to dance, as long as one of us bests Tom.
Yeah, that one.
Speaking of Tom, what's your third prediction?
Sorry.
What's your third prediction?
I reckon that Amazon.
Nope.
No, that's.
What? Another one?
Sorry, no. I reckon we're gonna get next gen announcements from Xbox and Sony.
Everybody looks at Patrick. I know it's everybody. Just is he gonna bet?
Yeah, I'm going to take that bet. Because I seem to be taking it with everyone I talk to. Everyone's like, oh no, we're going to get the PS5 for the Xbox. No, we're not.
So this is just announcements.
Looking at like what's been rumored, and also what's actually happened. And as much as both of them said originally when the PS4 and the Xbox One came out, like, oh no, this is the final incarnation or whatever. I reckon we're probably going to get.
I could see a Sony
thing
announcement,
next
but I don't
year.
think it's an Xbox One, not this year.
Well, there's already 3 code names leaked from Xbox.
Yeah, but leaks don't count, right? So.
No, leaks don't count. I don't count leaks as being a win or anything. But it's the amount of leaks which has led me to think
Throwing
that.
up like little.
And also the fact that Sony is withdrawn from E3 means that their conference alone means they've got something pretty big to announce.
Okay. And Patrick, you've got the only number left, which is 1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take that. I can walk you through my thinking if you want, but
yeah, go for it. I'll see if this is space.
So here's my thinking. Sony is in the driving seat in the industry. So and they're both entering the phase where consoles are cheap enough to manufacture that the real profitability is going to be in the current generation.
Yeah,
as a mass market product. And Sony definitely, I think, because they're in the lead, are not going to want to cut into that too early. The only reason for Sony to announce a new console then is to get the jump on Microsoft. So I think it's more likely Microsoft might announce a new console because that's what Microsoft does when they're in second place.
Yeah.
So everyone's sort of saying there's going to be new consoles in 2019. I don't this year. I think they're going to be 2020.
No, I'm talking announcements rather than confident, like say yes, we're developing this.
But the thing is, well, they're always. I mean, spoilers. They are working on new consoles. They're doing it now.
Tom, don't do that. Tom.
Tom. That's backwards. Go on, Patrick.
Them coming up on E3 on stage and saying yes, we're new hardware means nothing because of course they are.
You got derailed. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I was looking at him putting the other end in his mouth, and I was going to make a joke about him eating it, and then I just looked down, and I could just hear what's it going? Tom, no.
Okay, guys, that's
TLDR. It doesn't make business sense for Sony to release a new console yet. And I don't think it makes business sense for them to announce a new console and then release it next year. Because
but what you also got to remember is that the market share is basically massive in Japan, so it doesn't really matter what we think, does it? Like, because
there's no way they're going to do anything other than the again. That's what they've done. That's what they've done for the last generation. And in fairness, not doing that really fucked over Sony in the PS3s. It's going to be universal launch,
fair enough.
And they're going to want it out for Christmas, like within 6 months of announcing it. So I simply don't think there's going to be an announcement, and I will fight anyone who says there is.
Whoa!
Oh my god! Well, luckily for you,
erect a ring.
Luckily for you, the forfeit is only the loser must compose a poem about how awesome the winner is.
You know what? You're gonna have the best poem ever.
I'm just thinking of the two people to like be in that bet. They're the best person. We've got the most the musician and like the poet like in the corner.
I'm not a poet.
All those classics you've read, most of them are poems.
I'll just write a haiku behind.
I
It's a
expect a
poem.
little. I expect a little more effort than a haiku. Come on.
2 haikus.
Okay.
The haikus and the sonnet.
Okay. Let's move
A
on.
haikusic.
Patrick, what's your number 4? Fourth
Okay.
prediction.
What was my 4th prediction? Yeah, shit. Right. So based on Capcom doing advertising in Street Fighter, I think other publishers are going to double down having in-game advertisements. I think we're going to see certainly from Capcom, probably from.
Yeah, probably. Because AAA games publishers. Yay. Yeah, I saw those advertisements on Street Fighter 5. Like,
On Dalsim Skulls.
yeah, they put them on like the skulls, people's costumes, like in-game advertisements.
Oh god.
Like, what? What?
I missed it.
I've been
It wasn't on
wary
the
of
podcast,
this sort
it's
of
very
thing
recent.
coming. Yeah.
I think they've pulled them, but only because they plan to reduce kind of stupid. Like
Yeah.
having Pepsi symbols on Dalsim Skulls just seemed weird.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, you know, having like Kukri sponsored, I don't know, Ken or something makes sense.
I mean, I'd still rather they just didn't.
Well,
You're
yeah.
not wrong.
But-
You're not wrong. No one's got any bets anymore, so we can just go through this. Keith, what's your
Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this, am I? Ghost of Tsushima. Be released for 2020.
Probably.
That was kind of already announced. Like,
They haven't released the date.
so no. Oh,
No.
then
It's
then
the-
I have egg on my face.
It was the last of the big 3 games to be announced as well. Like Death Stranding and Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima.
I get confused with all these Japanese sword games.
Well, they're all awesome.
Yes,
So
it could
joke's
still
on
be a
you.
Japanese sword game. We don't know.
Death Stranding could be anything at this point.
Well, that yeah. You know, it could be a role-playing game, like getting a beached whale off it. Like.
I can't dispute
I've
that.
got,
I really wish I could, but I
I've got
can't.
absolutely zero confidence in Death Stranding. I'll be honest.
I have every confidence in Death
I
Stranding
don't.
being
I don't have a lot of confidence.
exactly what I'm expecting.
Oh, here we go.
Like, what kind of game is that? Like, I don't.
I don't know what kind of game it is. I have no
drama.
expectations about the gameplay.
Obviously, it's a platformer puzzle game.
Obviously, it's Metal Gear Solid 6, guys. Come on.
Basically, going to be Dr. Mario.
So my 4th prediction, Pokemon Gen 8 breaks Switch sales records and is the biggest game on the console. Bigger than Smash Bros.
That's really, really, really confident and also
No shit.
pretty bloody accurate. I'm not going to buy it just because of that prediction.
But
How many cats do you have?
Two.
Oh.
Well, they both look the same.
Like,
So
they
tall.
look exactly the same.
one's a
Yeah.
little bit bigger.
One's bigger
Yeah,
And
one's
that's
bigger.
festival.
and more
Oh.
scared of
Maybe
people.
more.
Russ, what's your 4th prediction?
Lego Marvel game release. And-
Release.
Named and released.
So your prediction is that there is a Lego Marvel game that will be made on release.
Hang on, I need to go.
Well, it's already being made. You know, it'll be named and be announced, and then it'll be released this year.
Well, yeah, probably.
Yeah, because we'll get the next.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a low baller.
Well, okay, can I get one?
We've got to defeat you, Tom. Yeah.
Sorry, my next one's better, right? My next one's
Sorry
better.
about that.
You
My
know,
next one's okay.
You all said that. I'm just going to stick up for Russell here a second and said you all said that about my prediction that there would be 10,000 games released on Steam, that it was a low boiler.
But no, it wasn't a low boiler. You were really bloody close.
So I'm sticking.
I'm not being funny, right?
Buddy Ross,
but out of the entire number, like you were only maybe a couple of hundred off, weren't you?
I was like 900 off. But that's quite...
Well, yeah, but in the big scheme of things, like
that's beside the point. I'm sticking up for my buddy Ross. Nothing is a fucking lowballer in video games, and I will not have him be besmirched by you two. So there. Now, Tom, what's your fourth prediction? I got you back. I got you back.
I reckon there'll be a Breath of the Wild sequel announced.
Now, put your hand up if you wanted to predict that, but couldn't because Tom got there first.
To be fair, I don't think it was going to be a sequel. I thought it was going to be a totally different game. But like, you know,
well, it might be a totally different game. There'll be a Zelda game now.
I don't think there's a chance in hell of a mainline Zelda game.
It probably will be a sequel. Like, yeah. Whether they're using the same,
whether it's a sequel or whether it's another game
or a sequel.
I get what you're saying there. There'll be another one else. Like
there's not a chance in hell they're going to
released or announced.
I didn't say release. I
thought you said out. I was like, whoa. Yeah. That changes everything.
Yeah,
I take back my bet.
A mainline Pokemon game, a Metroid game, or a Zelda game in the same. No, not a chance.
I reckon
the last Zelda game was 2 years ago. No.
Yeah, it was only 2 years ago.
We'll meet back here.
How often do Zelda games come out?
Quite regularly, actually.
Let's see. The last mainline Zelda game for Breath of the Wild was, unless we're counting, are we counting Triforce Heroes?
Skyward Sword.
Was Link Between Worlds.
Oh.
Which was 2013, so 4 years. I'm not including Triforce.
Yeah, but it's the announcement I'm after, not the release. Yeah. And they announce them quite regularly.
No, they're not going. No, absolutely not. They're not going to take attention away. It's completely a count to Nintendo's hand.
He wants to fight you. He wants to fight you.
He really wants to fight you. Damn. Like, I hope these two meet at some time. Someone's going to get chucked out a window. Anyway, let's move on to the final round of predictions before fisticuffs happen.
Yeah, Patrick, I'll have you.
Yeah, ma.
Patrick, what's your final prediction for the?
Speaking of fisticuffs,
it's probably shit.
A gaming influencer, which I'm defining as having 1 million plus followers, will get arrested. With my money being
now.
With my money being
that's not what the prediction said the first time you sent it to me, is it? You were a bit more specific.
I was.
That's a brilliant prediction. I love you.
The way I would again, this is why I decided to define what I meant rather than just an influencer, because that could just mean YouTuber gets arrested.
Because then I could just go out and get arrested, and then
originally it was worded as PewDiePie will get arrested.
Yeah, an influencer with 1 million plus followers.
Because someone of significance is going to get arrested.
Yeah, because if he didn't define it and Patrick was like 1 point away from winning, I would go out and get arrested on December 31st.
Yeah.
To get him.
I was just thinking, when you say influencer, the thing is like you've got things like outside Xbox and inside Xbox, which have got like over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but they're that's like 5 people.
So if one of them gets arrested,
are you saying it's likely one of them's going to get arrested?
I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying it's.
No,
I don't know.
Here's inside facts. Let's be fair, right?
Keith, what's your number 5 prediction? Final one for 2019.
This one will be a bit like big, in reaction to all these other people like doing DMR things on computers, Valve will double down on being the most open platform to sell games on. And rather than curate their store, then this goes like they'll actually these restrictions that actually work about what can be uploaded to the store. That they just remit that thing's going to be you can get as many we've got the biggest market that you can find all these different games on. Instead of going, let's get the best games and put them on our store, it's just going to be we have the biggest store. which I
It's
wrote
like
down
the
as,
App Store. Everybody loves
Yeah.
the App Store.
yeah, they don't introduce restrictions that actually restrict what can be uploaded to their store.
Don't they not do that now?
No, they don't
Yeah,
do
but-
that now.
Their reaction to the fact, because in the last couple of months, they've had quite a lot of big competition and people who are undercutting them on the amount of money that they'll give the developers.
But
So, like,
not
Discord.
only that, Discord have just started launching their
Discord's one of
storefront as
them.
well.
But
That's
the
one
people
of
who
the
make
competitors.
Fortnite have just done it as well.
And they've undercut the split that they give to
Yeah.
developers, whereas Steam is good. Steam gives more money to games that sell more than $50 million.
Yeah.
So if the bigger your game is, the more money you make.
Mm.
I think that's called trickle-up economics.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're ambitious enough, then sure thing. But for your indie developer,
Whatever.
It's going to be a fascinating year for the PC game space.
it is. I still don't think that they're going to unseat Steam. Mainly because everybody's already
Part
kind
of
of
it.
there.
No.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I said like a few times throughout last year, like I only use Steam as much as I need to for my job. Like if someone gives me a code and it works on Steam, I input that code onto Steam to review their game. I mean, I haven't given them money for like 2 years. Like I haven't bought anything on Steam for like 2 years now, because they're a garbage platform. And the day I can finally cut myself loose from them, I'll be happy to do so with fire. Oh, it's me next. Cool. That's not at all a good segue, but for what I have next. But Microsoft's E3 show will be a face-melting blockbuster event, as good as the Conference of Dreams, because they've got an open goal.
I
Let's
really
hope
hope.
so.
I really hope that comes true.
They've
Yeah,
got an open goal.
do.
Like if not anytime, because what I thought leading into that was this year's E3 is going to be quite low key because 2 out of the
Sony's not
3
gonna do it.
platform developers have got new consoles that are probably coming out within the next year or two from that E3. And then Sony were like, we're not going to be at E3. Well, that gives Microsoft
And
pretty much an open goal. If I'm using
EA
that
have
term
also pulled
correctly.
out, haven't they?
EA still do a thing. They still do EA Play at the same time. They're just never at E3, so this will have a show. But if Sony's not going to do a show, Microsoft's can do like if they need to make it the biggest and best thing.
Yeah,
They
they
can.
do. They really need to do it. Well, they need to do it because it's like, well, if Sony's not there, then they've got carte blanche.
Exactly, because they're not They're not really in competition with Nintendo. Like Nintendo just does its own thing,
Yeah,
but they are
Nintendo's
seen to
always
be
been
being
a
in
little bit
competition
separate.
with
and it's
Sony.
not like Nintendo are going to do anything, is it?
Well, yeah, Nintendo won't be there.
I mean, they'll do their direct as well.
They'll
But
do it direct at the same time. But...
Yeah, but it's not like they get involved with E3. So like with E3, like Microsoft are pretty much the only major player there.
and it's going to be face
Slave
melting.
computer.
Face melting, like God actually wrote face melting.
I mean, I think there'll be announcements that will blow our faces off thick and fast because there's got to be.
So tune into
That's
that
it.
live stream in June.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
My face is going to melt off. Otherwise, I've just lost. Russ,
Yeah.
what's your final prediction?
My final prediction is there will be an announcement for a Red Faction game.
Oh well,
Oh.
colour me impressed.
Who remembers Red Faction?
I know of it.
I remember playing it and being completely underwhelmed.
That might be why we haven't had another one lately.
Because Tom was underwhelmed. Damn, I didn't realise he had so much pull at THQ Nordic.
Is it my imagination?
Tom, is there something you want to tell us?
No, it's
It's been more
alright.
than a decade, hasn't it?
Oh God, there were remaster came out last year, I think,
the last one out.
but the last main game was probably a long time ago.
Where is it?
I mean, THQ Nordic, I'm pretty sure at one point last year weren't they saying they had 35 unannounced games in development.
Red Faction Armageddon. That was the last one.
So I mean,
2013, 14.
you
maybe?
play the odds. you play the odds of that, and it's like, well, the odds are good that they're making a Red Faction game of some kind, because the 35 is a lot.
They've got better games to make more of.
They do have a lot of
They
IP.
could make Red Faction better.
They do, but they could make Red Faction better.
I mean, they could, yeah.
I mean, let's look at God of War as a template for making a franchise better.
Boy.
Boy.
Dad of War. I
Chris
didn't play
Judge
it.
robbed at the Game Awards. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Tom, you bring us home. What's your final prediction of 2019?
So my final prediction is that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to get a 2020 release date to coincide with the date that the board game that it's based on is based, like,
Yeah.
dead. Like,
I wouldn't have thought of
I'd like it to come out next year, but the board game that it's based on was based in 2020. Therefore, I reckon. it'll be
I
I think
a
that's,
2020 release
I think
date.
that's a convenient excuse for it not coming out in 2019. I don't think it's necessarily the reason.
They'll say it's the reason, right?
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it's good marketing.
Then say it's to coincide with this.
Yeah, I was to say, like, the board game, the RPG was based in 2020. I reckon they're going to release it for whatever reason the law dictates.
January.
Release it on a date. I didn't say January, but
January 1st, like, what the fuck?
yeah, I reckon that they'll release it based on the law, which dictates 2020.
Fair enough. Okay, so that's going to do it, right? For everybody's done their predictions. Everybody's predicted
everybody's
the shit
had
out
a
of
bet.
2019.
I did think that one of us would go with the prediction that Tom wins the game.
I mean, that would have been incredibly meta, and I wouldn't have dismissed it.
Yeah, look, he's going for 3 years in a row.
But I would have called them traitor and not let them live it down for the next 12 months. So how's everybody feeling? How confident is everybody feeling in their prediction power?
Not
Apart
great.
from Tom, who's
Not
feeling
Same as
very
usual.
confident.
Hope for the best.
60%.
Well then,
Most
back
of us
here in-
kind of go for the fire and forget thing for predictions, don't we?
Russell, don't we, Russell? Most of us forget the predictions that we make. Russell, have to be reminded live on Twitch. Russell.
Yeah. I was like, what?
I need to come up with an essay.
Yeah, you do. We'll figure it out. I'll announce that and what game Keith is going to play to completion and all that other stuff. But should we be back here in 12 months and try and figure out some sort of ranking system based on the predictions? That we
Yeah,
make?
I'll see you when you're here.
I mean, hopefully
Yeah,
not.
again,
We
I hope
do
you
a lot
get-
of other videos throughout the year. Yeah. So we just recap the bets for everybody so they're fresh in their mind. Forfeit number 1 was the loser must compose a poem about how awesome the winner is, which Patrick bet Tom, based on Tom's next gen announcements post. The second one, the loser will have a bucket of ice water dumped on them by the winner on camera. Russ bet Tom that versus the Amazon game streaming service prediction. The third one was the loser must stream a game to completion of the winner's choosing. That was also Tom versus Russell, based on Final Fantasy 16 being announced in 2019. Number 4, the loser must complete a set of Just Dance songs chosen by the winner. That was Keith betting me, with the other Watch Dogs 3 getting revealed and released in 2019 in place of Assassin's Creed. And the last one, the loser must wear a t-shirt of the winner's design within reason. That is me versus Russ over Kung Fu Chaos being announced this year. In other words, that one is part 2 of a Titanic struggle between
Which I won the first half.
clothes that people will wear. I'm dreading it. I'm dreading it, but I look forward to being able to win this one and get my own back. So that's going to do it for this video because my voice is pretty much giving out at this point.
Yeah.
And I've got to go and do a live stream. Thanks,
Have fun.
everybody. Say
Bye, guys.
bye.
Bye, guys.